What's up, y'all? This is Dosha with DoshaDreamsTarot, and this is a reading for the sign of Taurus. I have no idea what y'all did this last week, but your video got the most views that I think I've ever gotten for any video on this channel, so I don't know how it blew up like it did, but I love it. So let's keep that energy going. Y'all are getting a bonus reading for that, so I just want to say thank you for tuning in and for liking the video. It really means a lot. We're going to have to put that back. That's too many cards, but just keep in mind this is a general reading. May or may not resonate with you. Just take what does. Leave the rest for somebody else, okay? If the shoe don't fit, don't force it. Cross watchers, you are welcome here, but just be respectful and also realize this is Taurus's reading. So if I talk shit about you, okay, that's that you can't get mad. All right. So this reading is for Taurus. It's also a lot of cards coming out. So also want to say that gender is fluid, so keep that in mind. Don't get hung up on gender. If I, feel an energy pretty strongly, I'll call it like I see it, but also, it can be swapped around, so, it's not set in stone here. Okay, interesting. I can't take all those either, Spirit. I'm sorry, let me say my prayers real quick. Thank you, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We are deeply grateful, and we know we couldn't do this without you. Would you please help guide Taurus for their highest good, and please bless us and protect us as we move forward into this reading. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Alrighty. Tension set. Let's get it. Alright. What's up with Taurus right now? Any specific messages for Taurus? Okay. Okay. Oh, interesting. Queen of Pentacles coming out on the bottom of the deck. That's your energy right there. Okay, any other cards for Taurus? Tell a story here. Okay. Interesting. I'm actually going to take these four because I actually think that they're vibing here. Okay. Interesting. Five of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yes, that's what I like to see, Taurus, because that's the vibe that I'm getting from this reading here, okay? Because you've also got the Three of Swords coming out in the reverse. So what I'm getting is that you're moving on from some type of situation that was either it was something that you were working on that didn't quite work out, but you haven't reached success yet, okay? That's what I'll say. I won't say that you failed. I don't think that you failed here. But I feel like that this is interesting because this is kind of vibing like the general reading that I most recently put out. And I'll actually suggest that you go and watch that if you haven't seen it already. I believe the title is something like You Have to Heal in Order to Succeed. Because it's almost like you're turning this... I almost said this frown upside down, which is just so not appropriate for this particular energy. Because what it is really... is that you are working on yourself from the inside in order for your outside world to kind of take shape, okay? So you've got the Eight of Pentacles coming out here, followed by the Six of Wands in reverse. So this is really telling me that you're working on those areas of your life where you feel like you haven't quite reached the level of success that you would like to. And I'm getting that you healing yourself here actually has a lot to do with it. So you've also got the Two of Wands coming out, which is really talking about having optimism for the future, having optimism for your endeavors, okay? Having passion for your endeavors. You've got the Ten of Wands coming out as well. Tens represent completion. This doesn't necessarily just mean that you're carrying a heavy load. You very well might be, Taurus. But what I'm getting is that you're also... You're actually looking at it, okay? Because you're working on where you are not successful at the moment, okay? You're working on something that hasn't reached a successful stage yet, and you're also working on healing this heartbreak or this disappointment, whatever it was, okay? And your heart can be broken over many things, Taurus, so it doesn't just have to be a romantic heartbreak. I always try and remind people of that so that we don't get caught up on the idea of, the Three of Swords just being about your heart being broken romantically, because you can experience disappointment and loss and heartache for so many different things, you know what I mean? So, I just like to say that. So I feel like because you're healing from that, you looking at this Ten of Wands here and realizing that, because, oh, interesting. So you've got the Eight of Wands in reverse on one side, okay? And then you've got the Two of Wands on the other side. That makes 10. 10 of Wands right in the middle. So that's interesting, because that kind of feels like to me that instead of communicating all of your thoughts and ideas, maybe that has actually been what has contributed to your lack of success in the past, is something I'm getting also. You're working diligently and you're also working quietly. You're realizing that in order to drop this Ten of Wands, you actually need to keep some of this stuff to yourself, is what I'm getting. That you're keeping your ideas to yourself right now, and instead you are observing. You're observing instead of speaking, right? And I feel like with the Eight of Wands coming out in reverse next to the Three of Swords in reverse, it's like you're realizing that when you overshare, it gives people too much information, you know? Like it gives people too much of an idea of where you're at and where you're going, what you're up to, what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths, what's your value, you know, what do you have? Like, I just feel like you're not flexing right now. Because it's almost like this Ten of Wands, it's almost like, it's so funny, I'm getting this really funny image, but in order to carry something heavy, you have to use your muscles, right? So I feel like to a certain extent, when you're carrying something heavy, it's like you're flexing, right? And so it's almost like you're not flexing right now, because you're just like, I'm observing the world from the outside. And you know what I mean? And not necessarily like, you know, in a creepy way. Like you may be lurking, but lurking in that you are paying attention to what's happening in the world, but you're not necessarily putting yourself out there into the world at this time. That you are instead choosing to keep your ideas, your opinions, your thoughts, you know what I mean, your communication to a real minimum, perhaps nothing at all right now, which is like pretty intense, right, for most people. I think most people find that really difficult to do, but it's like you would rather focus and work on whatever it is that you are trying to succeed in, and keep your thoughts to yourself, basically. It's pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and clarify some of this. Thank you so much, Spirit. These are good messages. Can we clarify the Eight of Pentacles here, Spirit? What is Taurus working on here, Spirit? What is Taurus working on? Why is this Eight of Pentacles here? Okay. The hanged one, okay? We're not going to take all those, but the hanged one came out on top. So you could easily be working on yourself. You know? You could be working on your enlightenment. These could be spiritual pursuits. Yeah. Yeah, you got the Devil coming out here. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, but with the King of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse. Interesting. What are you working on? Could also be dealing with an air sign, an Aquarius. You don't have to be, though. That's just the energy of the cards. Spirit, what does this mean? I think, okay. You may be overworking. I'm not going to lie. You may actually be overworking. And, okay, here's what I'm getting. I'm kind of getting that, like, you are not necessarily protecting yourself. How do I put this? Because look, you know your situation better than I do, yada, 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 okay? So what I'm getting here is that you may be overworking yourself, okay? You may be a workaholic even. You might even be doing some workaholic type behavior here, where that you're not communicating, okay, with this King of Swords in reverse. And you may actually, okay, like I said, I love you, man, and here's the deal, you know, and man is gender neutral. I'm just kidding, but for real though, I just mean y'all, like that you may think that you're protecting yourself to a certain extent, but I don't necessarily know if this is good for you, what you're doing overall in the long run. Let's find out, because I'm just getting that whatever it is you're working on, it could be actually keeping you bound to a certain extent, just some toxic thinking, toxic behavior. I don't really know. We're gonna vibe with it and see what's going on. Why is the Six of Wands here in reverse? Queen of Swords in the upright. Interesting. High Priestess in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, okay. So here's what I'm getting is you may actually, Three of Wands, okay. Can we get one more card to clarify this? I'm only sighing like that because I almost feel like I hate this, because the feeling that I'm getting is what you're trying to do, okay? Neither of these? Okay, Spirit, thank you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I kind of hate this for you, I'm not going to lie. I might do a part 2 to this just because I feel like this is getting kind of specific, and I think that Taurus deserves a little bit more than this too. You know what I mean? Or like, I don't think this is going to resonate with every Taurus out there here. This is some tough stuff. I feel like you're cutting people out with this Queen of Swords because you're looking for something better than what's currently going on in your life. That's not a bad thing, but I'm afraid because you've got the Seven of Swords coming out. I feel like you're kind of sneaking off like a thief in the night here, where you're not really quite telling people the truth about how you're feeling. You're being very defensive of yourself with this Nine of Wands. Like, I feel like it's almost like you're upset about something not working out. And so to a certain extent, you're kind of like, you're just cutting people out left and right is what I'm getting here. I feel like you might be cutting off everybody and just going totally focusing on yourself. You've got the Page of Wands coming out. It's like you're trying to start something new. Maybe this is a new business idea and you don't trust anybody to work with you. You don't trust anybody to know about your ideas, so you're keeping them to yourself, almost like kind of like, like hiding them away. But this could actually start turning a little bit toxic with this Devil here. Especially that Seven of Swords, that really is talking about being dishonest or sneaky, you know what I mean? And I don't necessarily think it means that I don't think you're trying to manipulate anybody. I actually think that you're just cutting people off and you're not telling them really why. Like, that's kind of like ghosting energy with the Queen of Swords. And with the Page of Wands and the Three of Wands, it's like you have good ideas, you have new ideas for what you could do. It's like you want to start your life over fresh, you know, or you want to start your life over new. But I feel like you're coming at it from a place of woundedness almost. So you're kind of like, I don't know, this is tough because I don't ever want to discourage people from like cutting people out of their lives if that's what they feel like they need to do, or if they need to, you know what I mean, keep their ideas to themselves because they don't trust people with their ideas. Like, I'm a Scorpio, so Taurus, I'll be the first person to tell you, like, yeah, you know what I mean, like, don't tell them anything because they'll screw everything up. But it's weird, but it's different for you to be embodying this energy, especially with the Nine of Wands coming out. It's like, yeah, I feel like somebody maybe did you dirty at some point, and you're just kind of like, oh, you're going to do me dirty? Like, I'll do you dirty. That's almost the vibe that I get here, because you're like, because you're coming at this like, something didn't work out, so you want to start something new. It's almost like if you look at these two cards, these two are like looking at each other. And they're both kind of, this one's like, you know, you hurt me, now I'm guarded, and this person is like, well, you hurt me, so now I'm sneaking off. So it's almost like you're embodying like both energies here, which is just so interesting to me. And then the Page of Wands, you're trying to do something new here. That's very interesting. Can we clarify the Two of Wands here, Spirit? Six of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Ace of Wands in reverse. So it's almost like you're having a hard time leaving something behind. Nine of Swords, okay. So you may be actually, with this Two of Wands, I said you may be like observing. It could be that like you actually are because the Two of Wands is about waiting for communication also. So you could be having a hard time moving on from something that's causing you a lot of anxiety, and you're kind of like watching it from the outside without saying anything. Chariot card coming out over the Ten of Wands. Yeah, you're ready to move forward. You want to leave something behind. You're trying to find balance. Two Swords in reverse. You're trying to leave something behind. Why is this Eight of Wands here in reverse? Two Swords in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse. Yeah. You're trying to leave behind conflict, competition. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you are trying to move towards your goals here. And you're trying to get away from past drama, past pain. You're having a hard time doing it, though. Can we clarify the Three of Swords in reverse, Spirit? Wow, okay, we just got a lot of cards dropped out. The Emperor. Interesting. The Hermit, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, wow. These are in reverse. The Ten of Cups and the Hermit. Okay. I am feeling like now that this is talking about a relationship that failed. And so you went deep within. And you've buried yourself in your work in order to overcome this, because this was your Ten of Cups, or so you thought. This Ten of Pentacles here, that's exactly, I feel like you're trying to overcome this Emperor coming out. This could be an Aries that you were dealing with here. This could have been a third party, especially with the Three of Swords. I mean, obviously Three of Swords is just representing heartbreak, but you've got the three coming out and then this random person in the upright while y'all are both in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like this broke your heart, and that's what's going on here. You're having a hard time moving on. You might be, kind of still paying attention to stuff. You've got anxiety. You're trying to move on from these burdens. You're trying to overcome this by focusing on your money. You're trying to get financial stability. You're not communicating or taking action about this situation. You're just burying yourself in your work here, Taurus. Wow, especially with this King of Queen of Pentacles both coming out in the reverse here. I think you both are torn up about this. I feel like this was like your counterpart because you've got this Ten of Cups. Yeah, there might have, with the Seven of Swords too, I feel like you may be trying to sneak off, but it could have been that there's sneaky behavior, and that's because these two, like I said, are facing away from each other, looking at each other. So there could have been sneaky behavior. You had to cut someone off, and you're trying to move forward and start something new. This is tough. I'm going to get you a Romance Oracle card. This is heartbreaking. I feel like to a certain extent, okay, obviously I feel like you're overdoing it with the work thing. I think you need to chill out. And I'm just telling you that because I think that you need to pull back and look at what's going on emotionally for you, okay? The card that just came out says, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. I feel like that's how you feel about this person, and that could be, quite frankly, how this person feels about you. Like I said, I'm getting the feeling that you guys are both like fucked up about this situation. Excuse my language. You're both coming out in reverse. I don't think yeah, that's really tough. I don't know what happened in this situation, but wow, I think this one's trying to tell you that love's too short. Says, or life's too short. It says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. So what I'm getting is that you have to realize that what's important here is your money and your work and your success more important than this situation that you're trying to bury over, because you can't take it with you, babe. You can't take it with you. You have to focus on what's important. The memories you've shared with those you love. So if this is someone who you had a deep connection with, perhaps even married to, they're your counterpart here, and something happened between you, and you're just cutting everybody off and disappearing and scooting from town and shutting off your social media and just focusing on your work and stuff, I'm getting that is not necessarily a healthy way to deal with the situation here. They very well may have fucked up, Taurus. I'm not saying they didn't, but I'm saying that it may be worth talking to them about. okay? I mean, that's what I'm getting for you, is that what you're, the way you're dealing with the situation, I don't think is healthy for you in the long run. And I feel like you're trying to gloss over it, you're trying to bury over it, you're trying to focus on material stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like that's not what really matters, you know? So life's too short. You don't want to spend it trying to run away from, you know, pain and run away from problems when, you know, if this is somebody who, you know, you really love and who I feel like really loves you, maybe fucked up. I don't know. With the sneaky behavior, something happened here. There's deception, though. So maybe it's not what you think it is either. I think you just need to talk. That's what I'm getting here. Wow, that's what I've got for you, Taurus. It's a pretty intense reading, and, you know, I hope that you got something out of it. So, you know, drop me a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you need a dream interpretation, that info is in the description box below, as well as my donation links. If you want to drop me a donation, really means a lot. And yeah, that's what I've got for you. So please do tune back in next time, and I hope to see you again then. Thanks.